जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय विष्णुपाद प्रमम सपरिव जगाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय स्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय वृंद देवी तुलसी महाराज की जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायद की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Krishna is the source of all incarnations, Chapter number 3, text number 26. Sorry, 25. 25. अथासौ युगसन्ध्यायां दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नामना कल्किर जगत्पतिः अथासौ युगसन्ध्यायां दस्यु प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नामना कल्किर जगत्पतिः। conjunction of the yugas. Dasyu, plunderers. Prayeshu, almost all. Rajasu, the governing personalities. Janita will take his birth. Vishnu, named Vishnu. Yashasaha, surnamed Yasha. Namna, in the name of. Kalkihi, the incarnation of the Lord. Jagatpatihi, the Lord of the creation. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti, incarnation, and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Please repeat the translation. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Purport. Here is another foretelling of the advent of Lord Kalki, the incarnation of Godhead. He is to appear at the conjunction of the two yugas, namely at the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satya Yuga. The cycle of the four yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, rotates like the calendar months. The present Kali Yuga lasts 4,32,000 years, out of which we have passed only 5,000 years after the battle of Kurukshetra and the end of the regime of King Parikshit. So there are 4,27,000 years balance yet to be finished. Therefore, at the end of this period, the incarnation of Kalki will take place, as foretold in the Srimad-Bhagavatam. The name of his father Vishnu Yasha, a learned Brahmana, and the village Shambhala are also mentioned. As above mentioned, all these foretellings will prove to be factual in chronological order. That is the authority of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Thus ends the Bhakti in the Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Athaso Yuga Sandhyayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yashaso Namna Kalki Jagatpatihi. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as a Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. So this is the incarnation of the Lord as Kalki Avatara mentioned in the Srimad-Bhagavatam. So this is the last of the incarnations mentioned in this chapter. So the Lord in this Kalki, even though the Bhagavatam was Mandya Bhagya Upadrita, so people in Kali Yuga, they are easily cheated because first thing is that they don't follow any religious principles. In the Kali Yuga, people are, most of the population is irreligious. They don't want to actually seriously follow religion. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Nitaya Gurung ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in Kali Yuga, they don't want to follow seriously the religious principles. most of the population in Kali Yuga is irreligious. So that's why in Bhagavatam also it is mentioned about Kali Yuga that Kaler dosha nide rajan. This Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Because people in Kali Yuga, they don't follow any religious principles. So 5,000 years ago, after before Lord Krishna disappeared, so people were following the religious principles. And just after the Lord disappeared, the symptoms of Kali began infiltrating. So, what are the symptoms of Kali Yuga? Actually, the four principles are like no meat eating, meat eating, gambling, illicit sex and intoxication. So this is very, very rampant in the Kali Yuga. So as the days progress, the people become more and more degraded. So in Kali Yuga, the only religious principle is chanting the holy name of the Lord. The only way to perform sacrifice to please the Lord is simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. The Vedas is since it is originating from Lord Krishna, it is all perfect. It is without any defects, without any mistakes. So just as Lord is also all perfect, similarly the knowledge which He has given is also all perfect. The Vedas is called Trikalagnya, means past, present and future. So we can know by reading the scriptures, we can know past, present and future. So Lord Krishna also says in Bhagavad-gita that I know what has happened in the past, what is happening in the present, what will happen in the future. So that is God. He knows everything. So same way, the Vedas, the scriptures is originating from God, and we get all the perfect knowledge. What has happened in the past, what is happening now, what is going to happen in the future. So this Vedic scriptures, 5,000 years ago, Vyasadeva put it into writing. And Vyasadeva also is an incarnation of Lord Krishna. So in the previous to the Kali Yuga, there was no need of writing the knowledge. It was simply heard. Because people had such wonderful memory, they could simply hear once and remember for life. But Vyasadeva, he saw 5,000 years ago what is going to be the future in the Kali Yuga. people are going to be very, very dull and very less memory. So, feeling compassion for them, he put everything into writing. Prabhu is Krishna himself, so he used to close his ears. So that way, but so Lord appeared 500 years ago especially to propagate the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga. That is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the Mahamantra is also the incarnation of Krishna in the Kali Yuga. So simply by chanting this holy name of Krishna, we can directly associate with Krishna. We can purify our consciousness and become free from all contaminations and awaken our original relationship with Krishna. So simply if we chant the holy name of Krishna in this yuga, in this age, we can achieve the highest benefit, and we can awaken our original consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. Because originally we are all part and parcel of God. But in our present condition, we are forgetful of who we are, what is our real identity. So that's why we are in the bodily consciousness, and because of that we are forgetful of our original relationship with Krishna, and we are forgetful of our original spiritual nature, which is Satchidananda. So if we want to achieve real happiness and attain to eternal life, then we should chant this Hare Krishna mantra every day, and in that way we will become free from all the sinful tendencies and all the contaminations, and easily we can return back to our original home, back to Godhead, Goloka Vrindavana. So this yuga lasts for 4,32,000 years, and we have just only passed 5,000 years. So it has been predicted in the Bhagavatam that as the days progress, the people will become more sinful and degraded, and at the end of Kali Yuga, the masses of people will be actually completely like godless. So even Srila Prabhupada predicted that this chanting, this Sankirtan movement will be there only for the next 10,000 years. So after that next 10,000 years, actually there will be no preaching, there will be no no Sankirtan. So it will be very, very difficult as the time progresses. Life will become very, very difficult. So all these predictions are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. How there will be scarcity of food, then there will be no rain, there will be no basic necessities, basic necessities of life will not be available. And the government leaders, they will become plunderers, thieves and rogues. They will occupy the post of the rulers, government. Because in Kali Yuga, there is no more monarchy. In the earlier ages, the people were, the kings were saintly, Raja Rishi. So the kings used to follow the rules and regulations, follow the dharma as given in the Vedic scriptures, guided by the Brahmanas. So because of that, people used to get the necessities of life in plenty, and people used to be happy because the kings used to always look after for the welfare of the people. But in Kali Yuga, the rulers themselves will be thieves and rogues, and they will simply plunder the people by exacting taxes. So just by vote, the leaders are selected in the democracy. So it's a very difficult age, this Kali Yuga. So that's why Srila Prabhupada says that in this Kali Yuga, we should be very much serious to awaken our spiritual consciousness so that we can return back to Godhead and not take birth here again. Because in this, suppose if we don't perfect our life in this life, if we don't perfect our Krishna consciousness in this life, we may have to take birth here again in this Kali Yuga. So we should avoid taking birth again. And so we should be very, very serious to become Krishna conscious. So always chanting Krishna's name, always remembering Krishna, always thinking of Krishna. So we can achieve all the perfection by following the process of Krishna consciousness and make our life perfect. So in Kali Yuga, this is the only way. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatir Anyatha. Let's simply chant Hare Krishna mantra and go back to Godhead. So I'll stop here. Mantra Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.